Ladies and gentlemen, you are entering a fifth dimension beyond of that which is known to man. It is a dimension of vast as space, as timeless as is infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and summit of his knowledge. And that's the only reason why the Bills lost yesterday. But Tampa Neal, what's up, buddy? This is Epic B, Team Breaking Tables. Let's get down with the get down.
Oh no! Our table! It's broken!
Oh.
You find us, we breaking the tables, we tailgating,
Come on,
breaking them tables.
on to the Vikings. On to the Vikings. Let's go, Buffalo.
We breaking them tables. We breaking them tables. We breaking them tables. We breaking them. The podcast breaking tables. You see us, we breaking them tables. Neil and Brian is breaking the tables. The mafia, baby, you know that we dangerous. Everybody know. Don Brown.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to Breaking Tables. Epic B over here.
Tampa Neal over here.
How you doing there, bub?
Doing all right.
How was your Monday?
I've had better Mondays.
I've had better Mondays too. And I'm so glad that I no longer work on Mondays. So it still hurt. I ain't gonna lie, it still hurt. But we're gonna start to show off positive because that's just what we do, Tampa Neal, right?
Yes.
There is a silver lining somewhere in this mess of a show, but for the fans tuning in out there, thank you so much for tuning in. You're watching Breaking Tables podcast only on the Built in Buffalo network. This episode is brought to you by Coco's Fashions and Straight Out of Buffalo. They just opened up their new shop in Clearwater, and tonight's gonna be absolutely epic. But before we get started, we do have to give a special shout out to a good friend of ours, Larry Palmy. Happy birthday, brother. How you doing? Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Larry.
So if you guys are tuning in, please go ahead and hit that happy birthday comment in the comment section so we can show a good friend of ours, Larry Palmy, some love, huh?
Make sure you light up his DMs as well.
Blow up his DMs. Here's his address and his personal phone number. And yes, I am in a black void right now because that is how I feel on the inside after this loss against a divisional rival who probably had no business being in on the field, but they were everywhere on the field against us yesterday. Tampa Neal, let's go ahead and let's address the elephant in the room. Let's get in your thoughts. Let's get in your thoughts already of this stupid game and let's move on. Talk to me, Tampa Neal. Why this game? Why the Jets? Why the 6-3 Jets now? I mean, we're still top of the division. That's a silver lining. One silver lining, right?
That might be the only silver lining at this current moment right now. I mean, the Jets defense came out, and I mean, we knew the Jets defense was good.
Yeah, true.
I didn't think they were going to be that good.
That good, wow.
And they were. Their defensive line just completely dominated our offensive line. Our offensive line might as well have not even been there yesterday.
I don't know what happened to Casey but he was getting blown up every single play. Blown up.
That entire offensive line for the Bills yesterday was probably one of the worst performances I've seen by them in a long time. I mean, Allen, first off, had no time to throw the ball. The defensive backs for the Jets, again, we knew they were going to be good. But when Allen has no time to throw the football and they're covering these guys as well as they did, it was the perfect storm.
Forced Josh to run, and now we got this news that came out today. I guarantee you, when everybody saw this news, number one, they Googled what the hell it was. I know I did. I've got some, and that's why you never Google ailments, because you're going to get like the worst possible, cut his arm off, amputation. No, don't Google it. But he did get hurt yesterday's game, and of course McDermott's not saying a word about it. Tampa Neal, he's not saying anything about it, and everybody's just like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And this news came out that they're actually looking over his ulnar collateral ligament. I'm not a doctor. I had to Google that, like I'm sure much of us had to, but it is a ligament that really focuses on your throwing motion.
For those out there that do watch baseball, this is very commonly known as Tommy John injury.
And they have the Tommy John surgery where I Googled this one too. They replace like pieces of his ligament from other parts of his body to repair that ligament. So But that's, worst case. I mean, absolute worst case, guys. We got to take it in stride here.
And I'll be honest with you, McDermott's press conference, you're right. He didn't say very much, but he didn't say too little either. It didn't seem like he was worried about something like that. Like, it did not seem like he was worried about something like that. Because you could tell by McDermott's voice when he's like worried. So,
or he's a good faker. I don't know. Like, let's just,
I hope not.
what's the phrase? Plan for the worst, hope for the best.
Yep.
So I'm in a black void, Tapanil. I'm in this black void of just like add insult to injury. After that game, you figure out, okay, we can move on from this game. Let's move on from this game. And you hit it, you hear news like that, and that just kind of breaks your day. And if you live in South Florida, then you're just like, oh, there's a potential hurricane coming too. It's like in the middle of November, and there's another the hurricane season is not over. So let's just cut the wound even further open and just take a bunch of salt and just pack it in there, because that's what it feels like today.
Yeah,
I'm ready to move on. I'm ready for just whatever. Just number one, let's find out what's going on with our team. We could definitely talk about this game. There's a lot of, give me one negative thing about this game. I know there's a lot of them, but what is your number one thing that you just pet peeve, piss you off? Just one, can you narrow it down to one specific, whether it's a play, whether it's a position? I don't know.
I'm going to one up you there. Can you tell me one good thing you saw out of this game? Because there wasn't very much at all.
Singletary. I think Singletary had a day.
He had less than 3 yards of carry. He was horrible.
I thought he did pretty good. He had some decent yards.
He was 8 for 24, 3 yards of carry.
Okay. Well, that's not good.
Well, the highlight of the game for the Bills? When Allen scored that second touchdown, did the flip in the air. After that, it was a fucking downfall like no other.
Okay, I can't find any good thing about that game. Like, yeah, we got after Zach Wilson. Our defense did what they could do, but not much else. I mean, they had 174 rushing yards against us?
Yep.
The Packers, they watched Packers film. What did the Packers do to beat the Buffalo Bills? And they did that with more efficient running backs. So that is like, and now we're going to be playing a pro bowler, James Cook's brother, Dalvin Cook, against the Minnesota Vikings, who are red hot right now.
Yeah, and that's a team that, man, they're playing better ball than we are right now. They're 7-1, and their stock is on the rise. We could potentially have Case Keenum starting on Sunday.
Michael Carter and James Robinson, who ran all over us, right? If you had to choose between Michael Carter and James Robinson from the Jets, and you had to choose Dalvin Cook, every one of us, 10 out of 10 of us is going to be saying, we want Dalvin Cook as a running back. Let's trade these two for that running back because of his upside and his potential. Yes, he gets hurt a lot, but his upside makes up for that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not only that, now you also find the news about Greg Rousseau was also looking like he's going to miss some time as well. So the defensive line woes don't get much better by hearing that.
Lisa goes, same time last year we lost against the you-know-what. I think we have to add that to our dictionary of words we don't say. We don't say the J word down in Florida and the J word in New York. Jersey.
Well, unfortunately, we got to play that team twice.
So just make up a name. Like prop planes. I don't know. I think it's a good take. Oh, or the New Jersey prop planes. Or the bag of feces that ran all over us.
Yeah.
Ran all over us. There was no answer except for Josh Allen running there. You know that story. He got hurt from it.
On a plus side, our third down conversions were very good again.
How many do we have? Does it even matter if we lost? Who cares?
We were 8 for 13.
Just like against like the Dolphins when we were beating them in every statistical category and they still beat us. That's 2 divisional rivals that we lost to. We're
I
still
agree. No
sitting
more fucking
pretty at
TikToks.
number 1, and we're supposed to talk trash and sweep the division. I don't know what the heck's going on. It's not room to. We're not hitting the stop emergency button. We're not doing that by all means. But maybe it's time to take a step back, reevaluate everything, and try to say, all right, listen, this is not working. Let's adjust like we do in the second half.
This right here,
same as that one.
Questionable calls by Leslie Frazier. Defense allowed 20 points. Not quite sure that this was completely on the defense. The whole team was a piece of shit
100% on the defense. They had 174 yards on the ground against us.
They allowed 20 points. Offense couldn't get out of its own way.
And it's just just sloppy playing. Okay, so what was worse, our run defense or our offensive line?
Our offensive line by far.
Okay, so we're blaming the game against the offensive line.
No, I mean not completely. But if you ask what's worse, absolutely the offensive line was worse.
Okay, in retrospect, I'm going to say the defense of the running defense, where there was no running defense whatsoever. It was embarrassing. You can chalk that one up on Milano not playing. It kind of goes back to, where was Edmonds, our star linebacker that everybody's so lovable on.
He has had an interception that should have been an interception. In my opinion.
Weird. I wasn't expecting much from Hines, Lisa. I don't think anybody was.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see him play. Honestly, he's probably not going to, you won't see much. They're not going to expose much of him until we start getting to games that really need to win, which is going to be the next, anytime we play a division rival. We're going into must-win category now.
Well, Hines isn't a feature back anyway, so I don't know. He came in for punt returns. That's exactly what I expected to see him do on Sunday, and actually did pretty damn good on the punt returns. But yeah, I didn't expect to see him. I mean, I don't expect to see him in a feature back position anyways. But
they found our kryptonite. Right now is every team that has a running game is just salivating all over their faces, going, "That's how we're gonna beat them."
Yeah,
that's why the Dolphins traded for a running back. That's and someone that's quick enough to go against Josh Allen. Everybody is playing the run game and attack Josh Allen in the AFC.
Yep,
they're catching up.
Our next two running backs we face, Dalvin Cook and Nick Chubb. Fuck.
Yeah. Where's the relief? What's going to happen? This is going to be a lot of pressure, especially going into this game.
They really better fix it up quick. Where's Jordan Phillips?
I mean, yeah, Josh Allen had 2 boneheaded plays where he's just trying to play hero ball. He had no time to do anything else. He just had no time. He just had to react. And the first interception, which was like, what? That wasn't even he just wasn't even trying. Yeah, the second one was like, all right, Sauce, that was a good grab, midfield. He had some ups on it.
That first one was so god. It was almost just like, is he seeing ghosts out there? Like, what the fuck was that?
Can't say that legit. About Josh.
I'm just like, what?
Can't say that about our Josh Allen, bro. That's sacrilegious.
I don't know what he was looking at there.
I thought the same exact thing. Everybody at Brendan was like, what?
Clear as day, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? Granted, I'm not on the field there, but I didn't see him being. I didn't see anybody being in his way to where he didn't see, and I was like, what was that?
I don't know what's going on, but it feels like, okay, I get that we've been having some injuries. We're still playing a high caliber, but when the national media talks the way they do about the Buffalo Bills, this is one of the fuel to their fire is losing games like this. Losing games that you're supposed to win, especially against a divisional rival who had no business having a winning record right now.
Here's a big question for you. Never really noticed, but Micah Hyde's never really been a big part of the running defense. but is his presence out there make the run stuffers up front different? Like, is there a different mentality? Like, what have we? You think what isn't there that was there last year or was there at the beginning of the year when no one was running on him?
I don't know. I mean, I think the defense, the current defense that we're doing right now, it's got to change.
Yeah,
Maybe not do so much more nickelback. Let's maybe add another guy in the line. Let's try to, let's just really try to stop the run. Let them try to throw it on us. A red zone defense is pretty good. So let them rack up the yards and we'll stop them where it counts. But at least they're not going to run all over us and control the clock on us.
mm-hmm.
That's my thoughts, though.
I mean, that's basically what they did against Green Bay. They let them run it down into the red zone, and then they couldn't do a damn thing in the red zone.
Meredith hit the nail on the head here. Teams are figuring us out. And I think it goes in retrospect. It's only week 8, 9 or whatever. Teams are figuring out what they got to do to beat the best. And we're still figuring out what we got to do to maintain being the best. And I like we said in the post here, I don't know about you, Tabanil, but if we're going to lose, let's lose now early in the season versus later in the year where every loss is detrimental.
Yep, I agree.
Birthday man of the evening.
Birthday boy. Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Larry Palmy. Happy birthday to you.
By the way.
When the saints come out. All right. Happy birthday, buddy. Thanks for that interruption. This episode is brought to you by Larry Palmy, the world's most interesting man. Gregory Cowell goes, a defense shouldn't have to rely on one person to be good. Yes, it helps having Matt, but we got other good players.
Well, Matt was out there against the Packers. That's so I don't think he was an excuse.
Yeah.
And
like I said, it's
main job isn't the run anyways. He's more of a passing linebacker. So
there we go. This game is, right? If this game had meant anything to us and we had to lose Josh, not the end of the world. It's not going to losing to a NFC is not going to really do much for us in terms of end of year rankings.
Yeah.
In terms of AFC. So all that means is that we're going to be behind, if potentially if other teams that are ahead of us win and continue winning, then we're going to be kind of like scratching our way back to the top. And we don't want that. We wanted easy sailings. We were just talking about this, Mark. Yeah, absolutely. What do you think about Leslie Frazier's schemes in past and present? Like I said, I'm not big on X's and O's. Tapanil, team breaking tables are not X's and O's, unless we're eating X's and O's soup from Campbell.
It's good soup.
No, we got a lawsuit for mentioning them. So, but it's not working. Teams are finding weaknesses against us from stupid plays that previously that we've been playing. Like the Green Bay Packers ran all over us. And what did the Jets do? Okay, hold my beer.
Yep.
Now we got Delvin Cook coming up. Hold my keg.
Better figure it out real quick because they need to. They have to. Defense
stop relying on that nickel. If that's all it's going to do, if we got to get another big guy up there to help block, Trey White is just. I have that feeling he's going to come back again today. This week,
I do too.
Almost has to.
I do too.
Especially if we don't have a star on Josh Allen, heaven forbid, has to sit out a game. Heaven forbid. And even
even if he does, there's not a chance in fuck that I want that to happen. But Case Keenum has taken a team to an NFC championship. So
for what it's worth, we're not playing. We don't have a bum as a backup. And then backup behind him is Matt Barkley, who's won with us. So it's
Matt Barkley's a fun guy, but I sure as hell don't want to see him in there.
I know things that you don't want to start a conversation often. It's like before we do this, let me go eat a salad and in case Man, Barkley's going to be starting. Here we go. We run the Wildcat offense. No QB. Just that's a free for all. Free for all.
I mean,
Jet
Tennessee did that
sweeps.
last night with what was his name? Derrick Henry.
Oh, that's you know, it's not, we don't have a Derrick Henry though. I mean, unless this is a game where
a little bit.
where James Cook really separates himself, which I thought he did. He had burst of promising plays against the Jets. I got a silver lining, but you know, did it? You know,
good plays, but
Diggs can run the Wildcat. That's right. Diggs.
I don't want Diggs running the Wildcat. We need Diggs catching footballs.
Well, I mean, he's probably good enough to throw it to himself. You know,
that's
him
possible.
and Gabe Davis just like play catch back and forth.
Well, I'll tell you, it was funny because I sent you a text on the first play of the game. Remember the first play of the game? Diggs catching that 42-yard pass over Sauce Gardner. And I'm like, yeah.
That was against Sauce.
That was a million years ago.
And then like that one towards the end where we were marching up the field actually was the last possession where he launched it to Stephon Diggs and he grabbed it. That was against Sauce too. And he caught it, but then it got brought back due to a holding penalty from our offensive line. And then it was the fumble. Then it was like, we can't do anything anymore. Game over. The screenplays. What's up, Ryan Hickman? How you doing, brother? The screenplays don't even exist.
Yeah, I think you'll see a little more screenplays starting to come into play with Hines that pickup. That's like his like bread and butter kind of thing. And Cook has been doing that lately. So,
or even if Josh Allen has to be limited in his terms, I mean, you probably won't see him, you know, laser beam 50, 60 yards, but 5-10 yards is nothing, right? If he's 80%.
I'll tell you, after he got that injury, he did throw like a 70-yard pass.
Yeah, but he's just a monster, though. That probably like re-injured even more. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how that works. Maybe he's already healed right now.
Yeah.
He's got a river. Like he's got a river like they do. Like, you know how was it the Achilles heel or whatever, the guy from Troy, where they dipped him in that God pool, except for his ankles. I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah. Gabe should have caught that last ball. We shouldn't have been in that situation. There should have been a lot of certain situations.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't blame one thing. Is, you know, Tampa Neal says our offensive line was horrendous, which he's not lying. It was absolute garbage. And our run defense was atrocious. So it's like, you know, who is the lesser of two evils? That's why we are never going to say the prop planes actual names ever again. Going into our shelf of shit we don't say because they're nothing. They don't deserve our voices. What? Take that. New Jersey prop planes.
New Jersey prop planes.
Little New Jersey drones of turd.
Oh, I'm so happy we didn't have Jazzo on now.
I know. And he would have just, I mean, good. Let them, you know. It's always good to rub it in somebody's faces. We would do it to you guys.
Yeah.
Probably not as bad as you would do it to us because we've been just kicking your ass for the past, 4 years or so. So this is, your time to shine. I guess we'll see you in the playoffs. It's going to be chilly. So maybe not the Jets. Definitely, I could see the Dolphins being that number 2.
Yeah.
But they're a game behind the Jets too.
Yes, they are. How about that kid picking his nose? That was probably the funniest thing of the evening.
He goes, he was the hero of the day, Ryan. Oh, man. So, guys, there's a lot of things that we've got to do. It's not being Tampa Neal. We're just covering on what we see outside looking in. I don't know what these guys are doing. I guarantee they're working. I guarantee they're not home like we are right now, getting ready for the next day. they're still at work because we've got a championship caliber staff. They're not sleeping right now. They're not partying. Maybe McKenzie's out doing more TikToks, but he's a turd.
Yeah, that shit needs to stop.
So stop that. This is not the time for TikToks, guys. This is
No.
time to get together and figure out what your problems are and just go out there and do Buffalo Bills football. Play football, Buffalo Bills football. I mean, we could have it worse right now. Look at the other teams in the AFC alone. Our boy Frank, we were just talking about, got fired from the Colts.
What the fuck?
Right?
Not only did he get fired, but they brought in Jeff Saturday to be the interim head coach. I mean, Jeff Saturday was a great offensive lineman.
It's like
Has never his coach. You know what his coaching resume is? He was 3-7 for his kids' high school football team.
well, I'm sure he does good at Madden. That's where they're going to nowadays.
Solid choice.
Oh, you're top 10 Madden in the nation. How about you? Here's a football team. We'll get rid of Frank Wright, Hall of Fame backup and stat leader of a specific game with the Bills. Just the man. It's like, you know how their season's done.
I mean,
like, yeah, we're just gonna hang it up. We're gonna suck for luck again.
Yeah, Juju stopped doing TikToks and he caught 10 balls last night.
See, we need we need as many weapons as possible for Josh Allen, because I mean, I'm glad Knox was involved a little bit more yesterday. That's always good to see a number 3 option. But we were talking about like number 4, number 5, and I didn't see McKenzie at all. I've not been seeing. I mean, Shakir, I don't know if it's just the play calling to these guys. We're focusing more on giving it to our stars. I don't know, but we're not seeing them. And that was the highlight of our offense, of having Josh Allen be able to dump it to as many people as possible.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what was going on with Shakir. Like, is he just not playing? Like, they're not using him at all. Like, I don't think I saw him yesterday once on the field.
I'm trying to look at the stats here right now.
He's not even on the stat sheet.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
And the same thing with Knox. Like, why are they not using these guys more? Like, I mean, if it's something I'm missing, I mean, I was probably just too drunk, but
yeah, right. But we did not expect that game to happen the way that did.
Not. Yeah.
I mean, they were the one of the worst ranking offense against the best ranking defenses, and they did whatever they wanted to against us, even in the passing game. It made Zach Wilson look like a somewhat legitimate could.
No, don't say it.
As a second stringer.
Wait, don't say it. Don't say it.
Say what?
He's not legitimate anything yet.
No, let me finish. I was saying that he's starting to look like a legitimate second stringer. Like, that's just okay. Let's just call a spade a spade. I'm not going to give him any more props than that. He still had only 154 yards.
Yeah.
Here we go. UCL, PB&J, OBJ, Super Bowl. That's what we need right now. We need to have just some star come out of this, whether it's OBJ coming on or not. But, I'm still waiting for McKenzie to earn his payday. We brought him back just because he had flashes last year, especially at this time, and he hasn't shown nothing.
No, they're not doing those jet sweeps like they've been. Like, why?
Cole Beasley asked if he can come back.
No, he didn't.
I doubt that. No, he was retired, man. He
came back to Tampa for about an hour and a half and retired again.
Right. He doesn't want to play football anymore.
Yeah.
He's done with democracy. He's out smoking weed, making rap songs right now. Let him.
Yep.
Jets looking good. No, we just look bad. Jets defense look good.
Yeah, Jets defense look good. That's about it.
But that's about it. Their offense is not that good, guys. Their running team is not that good. I mean, that what's that one Garrett guy that ran all over that the receiver over there? Garrett
Rookie.
Wilson or whatever.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
Almost had 100 yards on us. And you
Yep.
can blame
They
that
were-
on our lack of talent, but rookie on rookie should not be having that kind of day.
Yeah. And he was the guy that they weren't sure was even going to play this year because he had an injury in college. But
Look
he
like a
is.
stud. He looked like a stud yesterday.
Yep.
We did not play we didn't show up on defense. Leslie Frazier was like, okay, listen, I know we're going to talk about the Jets, but they're garbage. Let's just move on to the Vikings, guys.
Dude, I legit wonder if they like. You always hate to hear that that statement of
It's like, no, they don't do
They
that.
look past them. No teams do that. I'm like, did they? I hope like hell that's a legit thing that happened yesterday because it was ugly.
Because that'd be acceptable. If that happened, we could be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You idiot. Shame on you. Don't let it happen again. But I see what you did there. Don't lie about it. Or lie to him.
All I gotta
Okay,
say is, listening to McDermott today, he was pretty pissed. And you can always tell that look when he's pissed.
okay, because
So,
is that going to be translating to Josh Allen's injury that they're not talking about? Or
no, I don't think so because I don't think he realistically even knows anything yet. I think that he downplayed it because he doesn't think that it is as bad. He probably heard that from his doctors. I think he was pissed at the play of that game, and he should be. We all should be.
right? Imagine him in the conference room saying that, yeah, he's got a ulnar collateral ligament that is we're looking at. And these guys are sharks, like sharks with blood in the water, sharks. They'll circle this and going, oh, Tommy John surgery. He needs something. Josh Allen out for years. Just crazy shit media does. So thank God he did that, not getting us all hyped for nothing. And then of course there's always doctors or people in the business that, somehow know more and want to share that secret.
Yeah.
Sean Hanneran, South Florida Bills backers. I hope Josh is fine, but I would love to see Keenum and Diggs beat Minnesota just for fun. I'd be okay with that too. I would be okay with that.
That would be kind of fun. Yeah, I agree.
That would
But
be actually.
I do not want to see that. I know Sean doesn't either.
Okay, if Josh Allen's out for a game, okay, let's just say, listen, he can play at 80%. Do we really want Josh Allen at 80%?
Josh Allen at 80%, I think, is still better than a full 100%.
But it takes one play to re-injure or knock you out or do whatever. This is the NFL.
Every single game he goes out in the field, it is one play that can knock him out for the season. And you know that.
But
So,
would you rather take your chances at Josh Allen at 100% or Josh Allen at 80%?
like I said, I still would take Josh Allen at 80% because Josh Allen at 80% is still better than 100% Case Keenum. Am I wrong? What would you take?
Well, with our offensive line,
Oh, and that's another problem.
it's like,
What-
I don't know. I would feel bad for Keenum because he's no Josh Allen.
No, yeah, he's not going to run around like crazy. That's for sure. But Cromer needs to beat the fuck out of somebody on this team because I expected when Cromer came in and took over the offensive line that they were going to be even tougher than they were. But they're not. So he needs to step it up this week because they were awful. It was horrible. It was an absolute horror show. We need to go to a 4-3.
We play a 4-3 nickel package.
Yeah.
So we do have 4 guys up front, 3 linebackers. I mean, you can remove that nickel, make it like a 5-3, kind of a goal line almost. But that means they can pass all over us. That's just kind of that's why nobody ever plays that way. And our guys are quick enough to do a lot of coverage. It's just now they, if they can focus on tackling, okay, we can stay. If we were with the best tacklers, we're not going to be having this conversation.
No kidding.
How many times has a runner gained twice as many yards because of a broken tackle or of a lack of a tackle or just like, I don't know, man. It's like we're just playing 2-hand touch and like they're tackling them the wrong way. They're not bringing them backwards. They're bringing them forward. Here, let me help you get that first down. Here, fall on me. Come on.
Oh, I agree. And
I'll tell you,
even whenever they're going to attack, like there's a couple times they had him behind the line of scrimmage, and they got out of the tackle, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, wrap him up. Gotta wrap him up.
It's like we're just gonna hit them and then bounce off of them and look like total fools. Instead of getting a third down, it's just that they're just, dude. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Can we just move on from them? Tampa Neal, is there anything else that we needed to address in this game besides that they're going to be playing a Buffalo too? Let's add that to our revenge tour this year.
Yeah, that'll be a fun game to watch. That's for sure.
Let's see here. When do we play them? So we play them December 11th, and then the following week. So back-to-back home games, we play the Dolphins.
That needs to be a lock-tight brick wall homestand.
Absolutely. Well, we're in a position right now. We're in a position right now where we do not have any room to play with in terms of losing to another AFC East divisional opponent.
Yep.
We play the Patriots twice, the Dolphins again, and the Jets again. We have no room. We can't lose to those guys again.
No.
Especially with all these injuries mounting up, we have to play the best football right now. If we're down a position, we can't let that determine the victory of the game.
Yep. Somebody said the next man up, and the next man up actually needs to step it up. Like it can't just be a saying in the locker room, next man up. That next man up needs to be ready to go. Can we? We both went up that one.
Yeah, I know.
We talked about watching that game with zero alcohol. What were you doing, Mike? Were you busy?
No, he was having a baby.
I know.
Yeah. Congrats.
They don't allow alcohol in the delivery room. I don't know.
You should have stuffed it back in. You're like, you got to wait one more day. That way you could have the same exact birthday as Larry Palmy.
They were nice.
We're going to name you Larry. No Elf. The revenge tour. Yes, we have to. We have no room for errors, for mistakes, losing against those teams like that again. Here we go. Brian, I drank enough for you, bud.
I feel like I contributed to that as well. I'm not quite sure what my tab came to at the patio, but I'm pretty sure that it was large.
Who is favored and by how much this Sunday in Buffalo?
I believe honestly, we're favored by 6.5, which
I don't even want to look. I don't even want to start looking at that anymore. I don't know, because every time I look at that, it just means absolutely nothing the past couple games. Maybe that's the reason why we're losing, is because I'm personally looking the odds up. I got to stop doing that, because when I wasn't doing it, we were winning. Huh?
Yep.
Apologies.
Doesn't matter.
Happen again.
All you have to do is win a game. Doesn't matter if you win by 20 points or 3 points. You got to win.
And we're going to dive
into
this
win against better
matchup.
Teams.
We're going to have a lot more information too, Tampa Neal, on Thursday about what the state of our team is right now. Where are we? Because right now we're in a black void, like I am here.
Yep.
Black void Mondays. Blacked out all weekend, time traveled, and now we're stuck in the paradox here. Hopefully when I get out, we'll find out a lot of things. The status of Josh Allen, the status of our team, what Leslie Frazier's going to be doing, and will South Florida get hit by a hurricane?
I think that one part's inevitable. You're getting hit by that hurricane.
We're going to get hit no matter what. Just how fast will it be? Will it be like a Hurricane Andrew? Because Andrew did the same exact thing. And you still hear stories from people who lived through Hurricane Andrew. We went through Hurricane Irma. It's not fun. For people who are like, oh, my first hurricane. No, you don't want to live through a hurricane. It's like the most miserable time being locked up in a dark house with no power. It's no fun.
You gotta live in a neighborhood like Tampa Neal here, who has power lines under the ground, so you don't lose your power.
Oh, see, that's smart. We're not as fancy Tampa Neal. Some of us got to do what we got, Tampa Neal. We still have the good old fashioned telephone lines. And it's not even the concrete ones. It's like
just start digging holes.
I'm gonna have to strap down my back gazebo so it doesn't go flying away.
Please
Is it
video
supposed
that.
to be bad? No, I mean, if they're saying it's supposed to be a Hurricane 1 by Wednesday night,
Yeah, that ain't shit.
but Hurricane Category 1, we laugh at that. We're just like,
You'll still be drinking on your porch for that.
yeah. So just that wind will feel good, but
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows what could happen? Again, Hurricane Andrew they were laughing at that too. They came out of nowhere. Hurricane Andrew was in Atlantic. They like took this quick right, and that's what this storm is doing right now. And it's supposed to get stronger. So, but this is the Bills podcast. You can go check out the national weather forecast or hit the showers with Dave Kaprosch if you want the real weather forecast.
Yeah, they don't know what you're talking about either about the weather. No one
Weather
knows.
Weather Channel, not Dave Kaprosch.
Not Dave Kaprosch. Yes.
I'd listen to him. Gina from Buffalo, New York backers. I'll stick with the Blizzards. Oh, I would too, actually. Okay, Blizzards are not bad. It's not, you're just get snowed in. You're not gonna get flooded in, or winds at an excess of north of 100 miles an hour.
It's a category 1. You're not getting over 100.
Yeah, you'll get about 75. You need at least 74 on the hurricane scale.
You get 75 on a Tuesday afternoon.
Maybe this is a good distraction because of all the Bills fans who live down here in South Florida are feeling like me in this black void. And now we just need a distraction outside of football to get us re-engaged, refocused, to move on. Bring on category 1. It's not that dangerous. I mean, hope everybody's safe. Oh, that one podcast said it's only a category 1. No, I mean, guys, it's life. There could be potential life and death. I mean, there's tornadoes. There's during Irma, we had a tornado rip through our neighborhood. So it's scary. So see, okay, I will take a snowstorm. That's a good day for snowmobiling, dressing up. Yeah, come on. Why do you shake your head? No, Tappy. You rather go through a hurricane again?
Cold. Yeah,
I do too.
I'd much rather go through a hurricane again.
Okay, if you had to choose, all right. Listen, there's a category 5 right on its way over to you. You have to choose to get to Buffalo just in time for a blizzard. You got to choose the lesser of two evils. What would you choose?
I'm hanging out that category 5, and I have boats in the water. So,
oh geez, that's right. Oh, we're getting spam bot here.
Wow!
Guys.
Find yourself here.
All right, let's block that one.
Sounds legit,
right? Don't click the links, whatever you do, folks. But this is what the Buffalo Bills, speaking of hurricanes, the Buffalo Bills need to just start getting bigger, getting stronger, going into the Vikings with a mentality of just, I'm sick of barely beating the Packers and losing to another divisional rival. They're going to be pissed off about this. If Von Miller was, you don't want that guy to lose his cool. Maybe we do. Maybe we want to see a little bit more Von Miller. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not a defensive coach.
Von Miller played a good game. He was probably one of the bright spots of the game, of the entire evening yesterday.
He was all over.
Yep.
Von Miller was all over. He did what he had to do. He only had a couple tackles and a sack, but that's, times where we needed it.
Yep. Rest of the guys got to step up. Everybody else needs to step up. Rousseau was stepping up, but man, if he's out, the next man up needs to be ready to be the next one up.
Right? Who's his backup? Is that Basham? Boogie Basham? Or is it
Epinesa?
Epinesa, okay. What's going on with AJ Epinesa? That's somebody that's like, he's wishy-washy.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on.
You never know which one you're going to get.
Right.
He will go out there and let it up, or he will go out there and just be a turnstile.
He's like an 8-ball. Well, remember the magical 8-ball as a kid? You shake it up just to see what the results are. You shake this guy up, and he's like, oh, shit, we got the crappy AJ Epinesa. Or we got the AJ Epinesa that's going to break ribs. Well, let's go. Here we go. Mike Runt goes, sit Josh Allen. Case Keenum wants redemption on the Vikings.
Is that what you really want, Mike?
It's going to be a chess match any way you look at it.
I'm hoping that those smiley faces mean that's not what you truly want.
You never know. Let's play devil's advocate here. Okay. So he'd rather see Keenum out there than a chance of Josh Allen re-injuring his injury. And potentially, like I said, I'd rather have him at 100% than 80%.
That's what I thought.
He really does. He really does. He hasn't any sleep.
Really wants to see Case Keenum on Sunday. Let's face reality.
He's a new sleep deprived dad. So yeah,
I know Case Keenum does want redemption. That part there I do agree with. However, I don't want him to get it on Sunday.
You can redeem him some other way by helping out, passing out notes about what their team does tendency wise.
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's go down. Scott Reed from Buff 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. How you guys doing? So Tampa Neal, there's a lot of adjustments. If you could adjust one thing right now, okay, you're Brandon Beane. You are Brandon Beane, and you're talking to McDermott. What are you telling McDermott right now?
This team needs to play the fuck better. Like, you need to get out there and you need to bust some heads if you got to. And I'll tell you, it starts in the trenches.
So are you going to tell him just like, all right, you're going to have to fire the OL coach?
No, you don't fire. This is not the time for
firing. Who are we firing? Are we firing Leslie Frazier?
Nobody's getting firing. This is stupid for somebody to even say that somebody should get fired, because that's just not reality. You're a winning football team. If you want to fire a team, go be a Jets fan or a fucking Cleveland Browns fan or the Colts.
Okay, like, devil's advocate again here, Tampa Neal. Let's say the Vikings run all over us again. What are we doing? We know that's 3 teams in a row that can run all over us. We're not doing anything because we're a winning team. It's going to take us to be below 500 to really make changes.
Do you really think that firing a coach is going to solve the problems?
I'd fire McKenzie. I don't know what problems that solve, but it'd make me feel better because I want to use him as a scapegoat.
And that's about all it would do is make you feel better.
Like, that means they're making real change. Are they making real change? What are they doing to make real change? I'm Brandon Beane, and I'm looking at McDermott. I'm going, what are you doing to make real change? That's 2 teams in a row that's can have their way against the run with us.
I can tell you one thing.
Defensive-minded coach.
They look at things completely different than we do.
Oh, sure.
Because you know what? You're right. They are running the ball all over us. But you know what? They're still not scoring. They're not scoring. They scored 17 points and 20 points. That's not a lot. So what are we really looking at here? The fact they're running the ball? Who gives a fuck they run the ball over them? Yeah, it's embarrassing. But guess what? When it matters, they're not scoring. So you really want to fire the guy that's keeping the teams from scoring on you?
I don't want to fire anybody. I'm just having conversation, Tampa Neal.
I know.
What would you do?
That's
the people listening are the ones that are calling for somebody's head.
Well, they're not looking at it realistically. They're really not. I'm looking at this as, why the hell are we only scoring 17 points?
So I agree with you. Josh Allen doesn't have those 2 interceptions. We're marching down the field.
Correct. We had the ball in the red zone.
Add another 14 points of missed opportunities. I was actually talking about this yesterday. How many interceptions has Josh Allen thrown in the red zone?
Too many. That needs to stop.
It's like, throw it away, Josh. We got 2 more plays to get it in.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if there was, I really truly do not think that firing any coach solves any problem at all on a ball club in the middle of the year. It really doesn't. It just makes it makes you get a headline and like, ooh, here we go. They're doing something. Like, it's dumb.
They're not gonna be that. No, this is a championship caliber staff. They're not doing that. That shit happens like on like the Dolphins or the Jets or the Browns.
Yeah. But that offensive line, I'm telling you, that they've been horrible from the second half of that Green Bay game to yesterday. Horrible. Deion Dawkins, step it up. Mitch Morse, step it up. Like these are two guys that we rely on to play championship caliber offensive line.
And they got
And
Cromer as a championship caliber offensive line coach.
And you know what? He needs to step it up too. Yep.
I think they need him more drills. Let's start feeding him and getting him to the wake room because they're just getting blown up.
Yep. I mean, we talk about TikToks for Isaiah McKenzie, but you know who was always in those TikToks?
Deion Dawkins.
Deion Dawkins. So guess what? Put the fucking phone away, Deion.
He's on blast. We're putting him on blast right now.
Yeah. Put the phone away. Get your ass in the weight room or on the field. You need to be practicing more. You do not need to be sitting there dancing, showing off. No one cares. You're a turnstile on the field.
You already know what you got to do. That's protect Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And you haven't been doing your job. So
no.
But the blame doesn't rest all on you, Deion. Blame
Correct.
is
not
spread
all
out in the entire line, but out of everyone else working there, they're not singing, dancing kumbaya. Like everything's all right.
He's the one we expect more out of because he's paid more.
You are our guy. You are Josh Allen's blindside protection.
And Mitch Morse is the leader of that offensive line. He needs to get on these guys too. These guys need to play better. If I need to push somebody into you to make sure that block happens, I will do that.
I don't know, man. It's just it's you know, we were all sounding alarm this time last year. Okay. That's just part of being a Bills Mafia is going through the emotions through the season.
I'm not emotional, damn it.
My heart rate's sitting at 100 just talking about this game. Imagine what it was yesterday.
I've had 2 minor heart attacks since we started the show.
Oh,
Up
man.
to a baker's dozen.
Oh, we definitely can't. No, I don't think we. No, Tampa Neal, come on.
Sorry.
You're gonna give me a stroke.
People that have heart attacks.
But okay, so the game's over with. The game is done. Now it's time. Don't even look at that game. I mean, you can, but right now is okay. We got to focus on beating the Vikings, getting back on track, regardless who is throwing the ball on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a close one, and we're going to dive into all the matchups because this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a real big challenge for the Buffalo Bills and this defense that is touted to be the best in the league, which is the Buffalo Bills. And this offense, with or without Josh Allen, how deep are we? Are we deep enough to win it, or at least pull out a squeaky win without Josh Allen? I'm taking it all day. I'm taking it all day. And Josh Allen gets healthier. They choose not to play Trey White because they want to play, save him for one more week. Whatever. Take all the time you want in the world. You're coming off a major surgery. Career ending possible. Take all the time you want. I mean, not too much longer, please. We need you. But
not too much longer. Get your ass in.
Just come on. We miss you, Trey.
Come on, man.
We miss the goalie academy. Thank you for tuning in, guys. This has been a lot of fun talking about this game. It made me feel better to get it off my chest. Okay. PB Sanchez, cheers. Cheers to you too, brother. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
We're going to have these bad games, guys. We're going to have bad games. We're going to have games where we can come out last minute and win it. And then we're going to have tough games where we lose it. But let's learn from it now. That's what this team is doing. This is what a championship caliber staff does to championship caliber teammates. Okay. That's how deep we are. We're not going to let this win. We lost by 3 points, guys. It's not the end of the world. Okay. It's not the end of the world. There's going to be some adjustments. What's up, Bob? Evening, sir.
Way to show up on time, Bob.
Way to show up on time as usual, Bob. Is there any chance we can return Ryan Fitzpatrick? No, we don't need Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Why don't we need? No, we're fine.
No, we definitely don't need, especially now with Josh Allen with the thought of being hurt out there online. No, that's not. No. We don't need the Fitzpatrick curse. No, not going to happen, guys. Not going to happen. Still a lot of football left. There is still a lot of football left. It is only the first week of November.
15-2 is still going to be a respectable record.
That's still going to be a wonderful record, folks. Let's think about that. We thought that we were good last year with 5 losses. Okay. Let's learn from it now. We're still sitting number 1 in the AFC with 2 losses. And then the next few games in terms of AFC opponents, especially our division opponents, they're going to be the more must win games. Those are the pressure. That's what I'm more concerned about versus playing the Vikings this weekend.
Yep. 3 in a row against AFC East teams. Got to take all 3 of those. And we can, and we should.
And that's where you start seeing us develop into back into a juggernaut again.
Mm-hmm.
It's all it's going to take, guys. It's all it's going to take. It's not the end of the world. Okay. This is a good learning moment, a good learning opportunity. You played a solid team that wanted it more than you guys did.
That's not going to happen next time.
Not going to happen. Not in Buffalo. I don't see a team beating us in Buffalo.
No.
So Minnesota Vikings, bring it. Let's go. Tampa Neal, let's bring us home. And then I'm done talking about the New Jersey prop planes.
Me too. Well, thanks everybody for watching. You can catch us right here on the Built in Buffalo Network. Mondays and Thursdays, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you pull us up make sure you pull us up live on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. You'll find our Twitter handle as A Bills Podcast. Just type in A Bills Podcast. Now, tomorrow, if you missed the show or you just love us that much and you need us to talk you off the ledge once again, pull us up wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, whether it's Apple Pod, iHeartRadio, Google Pod. Make sure you pull us up, listen to us, like us, share us, tell your friends, aunts, uncles, neighbors. Don't tell your attorneys. Epic B.
Absolutely.
Thursday, hopefully you are not holding onto a pole flying across your house. If you are, please video it so that we got good coverage of that.
Yeah, I just hope there's power, because last time we had Irma, we were out of power for 3 weeks, and the average temperature was, of course, 95 degrees. So yeah. It was not good, especially with 4 animals.
I guess on a positive note, it's going to be a lot cooler because it's November.
There's always a silver lining. Every dark storm. Who knows what's going to happen, guys? But stay tuned. Just keep us in your prayers. It's going to hit Tampa. It's going to swing by Tampa too.
It's supposed to swing by us as well. Yes.
So don't count your hatches yet either. There, Padawan. I know. So guys, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. Tampa Neal. I'm almost ready to break out of this void. It might take me another couple days, and we got some more spam out there in the comments. You've now been blocked again. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you Thursday at 8 o'clock. That is if I have power. We'll find out what's going on here. Why we're getting spam bop.
No kidding.
Who cares about private shit? What the hell's going on? But we'll see you guys. We love every one of y'all. Buffalo Bills, so we die. This is Bills Nation. The division still runs through the Buffalo, and the AFC East still runs through Buffalo. So till next time, guys, we love every one of y'all.
See everybody Thursday.
Thank you, Bob. Will do, brother. All right, ladies and gents, lots of fun. We love every one of y'all. This is Breaking Tables on the Built in Buffalo Network. We love